dear, looks like the Germans are coming. There's a bit of conflict. It's a bit of Konflikt 47 today. We've come and they've very kindly let us film at Goblin Games in Northwich, isn't it? Northwich, so very, very kind of the guys to let us do that. And Konflikt 47, this is, we've played a kind of bit of a taster game, haven't we? We're still learning, aren't we? That's Warlord Dastovian there, helping us through the rules and stuff. So he has bought a German column.
Well, we've got a couple of Kugelwagen at the back there.
Good start.
3 Handmags, 2 Opel Blitz trucks. Front we've got the armoured car, it's one of the Puma variants.
With a big gun in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a Stug 3 there, it's actually representing the Stu 42, although it's got a longer barrel.
But similar.
Howitzer's Rule.
Howitzer's Rule, there we go.
Third vehicle back is by the Waffenkammer, which is a wonderful chap in Canada who does a wide range of vehicles. I can't recommend them enough. Postage is an absolute killer, but the amount of detail you get in a single cast is phenomenal.
Phenomenal, there we go. So is that all of your army?
That's all of the vehicles.
Right.
Of course, there are many people in the vehicles.
Of course there are, but we'll uncover those as they come out. There we go, they'll come out. I'm going to, obviously, because I'm British and I play cricket, I'm going to show you what I have. So it's a bit of a mixed match. We're working towards legal army lists. I'm not sure I've quite done it. We're fudging slightly, aren't we, to get into the platoons and stuff like that. But we've got the basic infantry that one requires. We've got a HQ of some Galahad armour, light machine gun wielding loons with the 2 units, 1 of 5, 1 of 4 armoured infantry. We've got some robots to back them up, and then a couple of normal units of infantry. There we go. One of those units is going to be mounted on my Rubicon LRDG truck, which I've just got. So that's come over from the desert. It's been repainted for the West. We also have a couple of Piat teams, which I might put in jeeps, might be good, and a couple of walkers. We've got a heavy walker there and a light walker, both jump walkers as well. So hopefully that will counter Dastovian's armoured threat slightly, though I think he may have outdone me on the armour front. But hey ho, we've got a wolf pack, a dog pack there. We've got some war dogs, British trained, of course, lovely mutts, and I used them. I think I've used them once in a previous game, and they all got killed by a flamethrower. So let's hope that they do something this time. I've got a medium mortar and a light mortar. There's a light mortar, isn't it cute? Little team there, and a medium mortar. We've also got a 6-pounder anti-tank gun, and I think a sniper team there, because everyone has a sniper team. And a couple of spotters, because we've got a spotter that you get free with the army, that's an artillery spotter, and then you have a spotter for the medium mortar as well. So there we go, that's a brief overview of the British. So what's the scheme, chaps? I think we should take that hill, don't you? I think we want that gun.
I want that.
Would you like the gun as well?
Yes.
Well, then we shall blooming well fight over it, shan't we? So what we'll do is...
we didn't.
You'd rather we didn't? You'd rather me just let you have it?
Yes.
Oh, all right, then we'll go for tea.
I have a plan of shooting London from here. So.
Oh, of course. So, this gun here, the Germans would like this gun. The British would like the gun as well.
Well, I think the British would like the gun not there.
Yes, they might blow the gun up, perhaps. But yes, the Germans with a penchant for big guns and shooting long distances. See if they could hit London or Dover with that. Probably could, couldn't they? So we're both going to fight over that. So we're not going to start in corners like one might normally. We're going to start in corners this way.
Yes.
Along the same edge. So I will start, say, here. And Dastovian will start here. And we've got to get to that there bridge. That's the job. That's it. And we've got to fight over that. My goodness me, there we go. So we'll probably set up infiltrators if we have them.
Yes.
And then we will come on from the board edge. It'll be about travelling rather than where we're setting up our entire armies. So that's why we've set them up all off of the board. So brilliant. Okay, we'll set up the infiltrators. Great. Just look at it from this point of view. So if you could point to the 2 corners where we're deploying Dastovian, there we go, lovely, there and there. And we've essentially, that's it, we've got to go across the 2 bridges, there and there. and we've got to capture this hill here. The dense foliage is covering people as they move forward. The fields, the bocage, is that the word for it? I'm not very good at French. Has also concealed some people moving forwards. Absolutely. So I've put a sniper down in the field there. I've put a forward observer down there as well, my free forward observer. You've put a sniper down as well. It's a couple of snipers, haven't you? So your light sniper, your proper sniper.
Heavy sniper.
And then kind of an anti-material gun there. Excellent. Sniper material rifle. Mortar spotter has gone on the bridge.
And top of that building there we have our forward artillery.
Forward artillery observer. Brilliant. There we go. Lovely. Great stuff. So we're going to roll off to see who draws first. I get a 6.
I get a 5.
Whee. Excellent. I'll let you draw first. No shots fired. Men coming in from both sides. Mostly I'm infantry, you see. I haven't got a lot of mounted stuff, so I've had to walk on. Got the machine gun, medium mortar there in place, or beginning to be in place. The 6-pounders taking cover by the bridge there as it sees this very ominous armoured column move towards it. The Germans have moved forward down the road, essentially. Look, the armoured column there. It's broken left with a lot of mounted stuff in trucks, however, to look at the objective, because of course that's what we're going for. Also, the British did make one move of some distance. We realised that you can go faster on roads, or that's at least the rules that we've agreed, and therefore the jeeps can go all the way over there. That's pretty good. They've had to slow down now that they're in the woodland though. And the walkers have also moved behind these woods here as well, because they can both jump. So that's the end of turn 1. On to turn 2. Hopefully we shoot things soon so that we can not have to pull so many dice. So, but also Dastovian has laid the artillery, his artillery for his forward observer there. That looks rather worrying for me, and I've laid my forward artillery observer's marker just there. So really we've kind of done not a similar thing. We've just hit opposite corners. So yeah. I'm trying to stop things, get to the objective. He's trying to kind of disrupt all the shenanigans that I'm doing here, because there's snipers and Piet teams and things in there. Brilliant. On to the second turn, I think. My goodness, what a start to turn 2. So we started off by artillery. So I laid artillery here. Sadly, I rolled a 1. So War Master Huber Gruber Fubenführer Dastovian got to move the marker, the spot of artillery marking,
Indeed.
the flare, over to here, which is a bit close to my guys. So that was pretty bad. So I thought, well, that's all right, might happen to him. So what does he do? He has his stuff in the middle of my whole army there, just rolls a 6.
I never rolled 6.
He rolled a 6, then he rolled another 5 or something. So essentially, he just got everything, because our deployment was so concentrated. You had to bring your stuff out, pretty quickly to get to the objective. So essentially, he rolled so well that he wiped out 2 units, including the automated infantry. Yeah. Just destroyed them straight off in the barrage. Luckily, the pins, loads of other pins, but the pins haven't stopped me moving this turn. So other than that, losing a load of my army to start with. Hey ho, how many points are they?
I have no idea how many points they
50
were.
points, I think they are. Oh no, 50 points for the observer.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I guess I can't complain that mine's free, but blooming heck, really, for my goodness. So there we go. Other than that, I've pushed forward. I've taken a lot of fire on the bridge here. I had to move units away from this artillery marker, because if it rolls again next turn, it's just going to be silly. So I had to move my infantry out onto the road, essentially, and half of them got wiped out, so they're pinned down. My Galahad arm, I was hoping to weather the storm by moving forward, even though it is closer to the artillery. My lieutenant came out into the road to get a bit of fire. And what did you do, sir?
I kind of bimbled around in the middle of the road, really.
Yeah.
I moved some stuff up and you shot it.
I did. So the 6-pounder here, who was hiding behind the bridge, drew a bead on the... Is that a Hanomag there?
Yes.
Yeah? And did pin it. Didn't actually destroy it or anything, but did pin it. a combination of a medium machine gun and some other shooting destroyed the Kubelwagen there. And the machine gun has got out. That's it. We've pinned it with something else as well. We've pinned the truck here with some more light arms fire and a sniper. And what did my mortar do? It did something good.
Well, it hit for a start.
Yeah, it hit. That was very good. It hit on a 6, didn't it? And actually, yeah, that was good. It actually, yeah, the heavy sniper team. It just
I can't point to they're dead.
a lucky hit. So I feel somewhat vindicated for the artillery death at the beginning of the turn. But hey ho, that was, I will admit, that was a tough one. That was difficult for me. So other than that, Dastovian has put these guys back. He's realised also that he's got to go for the objective. So he's put a couple of what are they?
They're more Hanamags.
Hanamags. So he's put a couple of his Hanamags back in reverse, so they can get over the bridge and get some troops on the target later.
I was anticipating to need to tie up your infantry for longer.
Yes, but your artillery just
they
killed
all
half of
died.
them. Yes, absolutely. So that's no longer required. Some zombies in a truck are over here. Meanwhile, I've tried to sneak around the right with my jump walkers, jeeps and a truck. So they're all safely ensconced there. Most of them are out of line of sight, so they're just going to stay there and take the odd pot shot as targets become available. And the truck and the jeeps are loaded with infantry and teams, etc., to go for the objective. So there we go, that's the end of turn 2. You join the field of battle after turn 3. My goodness, that was a bloody one, was it not?
Yeah, just a bit.
It was. The artillery continued to favour the Germans, I would say. So my my artillery has somehow landed in the middle of my troops, but hasn't actually gone off this turn, so that's fine. So, but it's I've had to essentially move, and what I've done in this area as a result is I've had to move everything away, or as far away as I can, from that centre, but keep it close enough. So we'll probably play to turn 4, won't we, with the time that we have, so that next turn I can actually bring everything back after the bomb goes off, after the artillery strike hits. So but there's still stuff in danger there, no doubt about that. Meanwhile, Oberkampfgruppen Uber Thingy Führer Dastovian, his artillery was he rolled another 6, and it was it was a 5. It doesn't matter. It was accurate. It was beautifully accurate, wasn't it? And landed exactly where it landed last time. I still had things in the way. I think it wiped out a unit of Galahad. I've lost.
Yes, that was quite impressive.
Yes, impressive indeed, and just pinned down a load of other gents. So it wasn't quite as bad as last time, but it was just adding insult. It was just rubbing salt into the wound. I think it made the British very upset. It didn't it just? So the quick-firing 6-pounder just opened up in great distress at its comrade's demise and killed your tank straight off, didn't it? Your what kind of tank was it again? It was like a Panzer III. 42. There we go. And then after that, just machine gun. There was a machine gun barrage from the opposite side of the bank as my walkers, truck, and jeeps came forward and just levelled machine gun fire at a group of pioneers advancing in the wood.
Was certainly in your favour.
It did, yes. There was a period in the last turn where I got about 5 or 6 drops.
Yes.
Dice in a row, and I was just able to machine gun the pioneers down to 4 guys, taking away their flamer and the Panzerfaust, which is very helpful. So they've got 4 left, and they're pinned down to 4.
Everything that costs points.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're pins. They've got 4 pins on them currently, I think. And then
they are being trailed by the officer, though, so they
absolutely
have a better chance of making.
That's true. Yes, I decided not to remove sergeant, etc. So just to get rid of those horrible weapons. My sniper has retreated because he doesn't like the idea of those pioneers. The Piat, we had a Piat that moved out and was able to take out a Hanamag.
It kind of did this one a bit,
didn't it?
I think that was right.
Yeah, that's right. And then another Piat was
ran
able
out and got machine gun.
Got machine gun to death. Yeah. So there we go. It was out of range. Then I had a machine gun that was able to.
I think that took. It's been a long turn.
It's been a long turn.
So much died.
But essentially all the vehicles died.
Oh, well, we're forgetting.
Go on.
What you did with the machine gun was take out the front of the truck.
That's
which
right.
Disgorged the totem core.
That's right.
Which
yes.
then got eaten by the dogs.
That's right. Yes. So there we are. The
There
order.
are no zombies. There are no dogs.
That's it.
They
The order
ate
of play
each
was
other.
the medium machine gunners opened up. There they are. Opened up, destroyed the truck, and loads of horrible zombies got out.
Yes.
And I cinematically, just to win the objective, I could have easily have put the dogs over here. But that would have been rather boring. So instead, no, we unleashed the dogs and they wiped the zombies out in a fury of claw and tooth butts.
Yes.
The zombies did the same in return.
Yes.
Very interesting. So at least they're removed now. At least the dogs removed a unit. And that happened at the beginning of the turn, didn't it?
Apparently so, yeah. So good. Oh.
And that allowed me to essentially,
I say.
that allowed me to advance here, and not advance, but put people more safely on the gun line that I have here, and just try and mow down as much vehicle transport as I could. So how many vehicles did we actually destroy in that turn?
I think it was...
It's the tank and two transports at least, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, the wagon truck.
Truck. Yeah, so not too bad, not too bad. So the British, though they had a very difficult start, are certainly fighting back hard. There's not a lot left on my left flank.
No.
But then they've kind of stumped the German advance as well. So there's kind of not a lot of anything left on that flank. So it's still anyone's flank.
But we shall see. It's actually...
It's become a game now.
It's now definitely all about the objective.
Absolutely.
There's nothing else to do.
That's right. So in return, the kind of armoured car with the big gun, what's that called?
It's a heavy armoured car. It is a 234/4.
There we go. Has retreated a little bit just so it can snipe out the back. Exactly what it should do. And then he's advanced as much spare power as he can, and he's just put it over the bridge here to try and seize the objective next turn. So we're going to play to the fourth turn. I think that's fair. We'll know who's going to have won by then, certainly, won't we? So we will come back after the fourth turn. As turn 4 comes to an end, we're able to calculate victory. We're going to leave it at turn 4 with a most amicable draw. Herr Major Dastovian has been able to lever individuals like observers, etc., totem corps, transports to put 8 units near to the objective. I have been able to put jump walkers and transports, trucks, and individual teams. Yeah, that's how I've done it. And a unit of heavy infantry, the one that survived. And I was able to put 8 dice close to the objective too. So I'm, with the start that I had, I'm going to take that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take that, and I'm going to value that as a draw. I think we both value that as a game, though.
Yes.
How do we think? So should we do a quick brief overview of what actually happened?
Oh boy.
I mean, not much. I mean, we finished off. I finished off the vehicles on the lane here. We weren't able to kill the Hanomag in front of us there, but we were able to stun it. So essentially, it was out of the battle. This one here we blew up just because there was nothing else to do.
Well, to sum up the game, essentially, we tried a fair blitzkrieg down here to try and keep as much in the corner of your troops as we could.
Yeah. Kind of worked.
Fortunately, the initial bombardment did so much damage that
Yeah.
it left a lot of the Germans stuck with nothing to do in the wrong place.
It actually cleared a lot of the troops that had close to you. I mean, you couldn't charge, you couldn't really get to grips. And then I learned to fight back with the support weapons, with the mortars, the medium machine gun, the quick-firing 6-pounder, and really even the support of my lieutenant.
Yes.
Yeah, with his couple of machine guns, with his machine gun, and that was that worked. So in the last turn, we were able to destroy that Hanomag there. We stunned that Hanomag to a point where it wasn't you said in the battle. I think your pioneers did come forwards. They did shoot a bit.
Yes,
they killed the last man in the road with a Piat. Yep, absolutely. But they're still alive, which is good because I think there were 4 or 5 pins on them, and they passed their leadership test. So they did well there.
The officer behind them, kept adding a bonus to them. So,
well, very important, an officer.
Absolutely.
Shows why we have them in the game as well. And I really like about the game is the officers don't win battles on the road. They don't go in and kill everyone. They're actually about leadership.
I could have won the game outright if I'd have sent them over the bridge.
Well, of course.
You know,
of course.
Have been a better
we might have. But you know, we cinematically cinematically charged the dogs, didn't we? Similarly, we could have just woofed them off over there. See, that's a good. Is that is that a verb? I'm not sure. Woofed. Not sure. I don't know if that counts. But we didn't, and we don't regret that at all because it was a mighty battle and actually opened up other options for us. So very good. So as I say, in the last turn, we ran out of steam on both sides here.
Yes.
Yeah. Machine guns from vehicles remaining, and indeed his armoured car with a heavy gun over there was able to HE the heavy explosive. The last infantry squad that was running across the bridge. They didn't get to fire the infantry squads this turn. They just got wiped out. They just poor things. They're in a part of history that they're just no longer equipped for, aren't they? So
heavy mortar after 3 turns of barrage
actually hit things.
Oh boy!
And it did 2d6 damage to them, didn't it? It was great. It was really effective. So I am a new convert to indirect fire. We've worked out in this game, especially where there's a lot of movement and choke points like bridges, specific objectives, and people using observers and snipers. Actually, indirect fire can be quite good. Makes things move, does it not? Makes things move. So there we go. So that's the end of the battle. Nothing much on this flank here. Yeah, a bit of support. One unit of infantry and a tank holding that side. So that would be a complete standoff. So I think I'd take the draw there. And as I say, loads of stuff here. Trying to take this hill. There we go. And then loads of stuff here trying to take the hill here. Maybe that's a battle for another day.
Oh, yes.
Maybe it is. I think he'd win that one though, because he's got loads of good stuff there. But hey ho.
Still a learning curve.
Still a learning curve, definitely. We played things better today. I mean, we were very hot on things like ranges, types of cover. We were good on that, I think. So that was a fun mechanic to play about with after playing with some other games where things like that aren't quite so important, I think. So I enjoyed that. And did you have a man of the match?
I honestly don't know.
No, something that did well. Apart from my artillery.
Everything that did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, indeed, your artillery. I think your artillery was good. Yeah. If you had something that just destroyed more of my troops than anything else.
To be honest, the man of the match must be the forward artillery.
Your forward artillery observer. There we go. I think that's fair. Your forward artillery
in the first turn and
catches an ejected later. That's right.
Yeah. So okay,
we'll go with that. I think that's a very fair one because he destroyed about 500 points worth of my army.
Yeah.
In the first 2 turns. It was always an uphill struggle after that. My man of the match, I actually think, was my quick-firing 6-pounder. Actually, a favourite historical weapon of mine. My bucket list really would be to fire one of those. I want to get on one of them. That'd be really amazing. But it caused mayhem on this road. It's not the biggest gun. It's only a medium. I think it counts as a medium anti-tank gun. But the kind of lighter armour of the Germans, I mean, on a good day, it can penetrate anything. Yes. You can get an 11 to penetrate a Tiger. It'd have to blooming roll like the lottery, but it's good. It's good, and on this occasion, every time I've rolled for it, it hit something. So that's 5 things it hit, 5 things it either destroyed or held up. And we were able to stop things moving up that road. Yes. And that was really helpful because you wanted to get into it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And that's it. So I have visions of A Bridge Too Far, that wonderful scene where they're throwing stuff down as the Germans are coming up across the bridge. So and being ensconced in this position here feels very cinematic like that. So the quick-firing 6-pounder, my man of the match, the observer being Dastovian's definite man of the match, I think, as it caused utter mayhem and carnage. So there we go. I think we'll be playing K47 again. I think most definitely. So brilliant. Thank you for joining us. Do we have any advice for a lieutenant taking the field? What advice do we give them? Or the common soldier, perhaps? I don't know. What advice would you give a lieutenant taking the field now?
Still don't.
Brilliant. That's our advice as we finish our war experience for today. Don't.